Good morning. This is the crypto day morning, and the date today is Friday, 19th of October, 2018. All trades, bets, and of the like within one's own risk reward. And let's start off within Bitcoin. And three things I am noticing amongst the after the fact situation. And after the fact is this up move that occurred. What are the three things? Number one, price action is grinding its way lower for periods of around equal volatility. That is slowly manifesting its price lower. And just talk about how slow it is. The high on the first candle was south of 6,500 by a little over $6. And currently we got lows at about 63.55. So the differential of those two numbers is less than $150, basically a 2% move within 4 days. Which brings you to the second one. Volatility remains extremely microscopic as what preceded it before, the 3 days in here in between the big down move and the big up move. And then what preceded that, especially before October 10th, it was pretty much a 2-day decline event. But before then, a lot of smaller volatile days and bigger, smaller volatile days at the start of October. So that's going on, and that has made it all set up into in the 18 average, neutrality, indecision, all of those types of figures that come in with such an event of low volatility stand within the 18. Now, the third one, which continues the indecisiveness as well, is the pattern of matching lows and lower highs. As this has been going on in the 3-day for quite some time, and as we can see, it's just hanging in there within the 18 ever since the decline on August the 2nd. The price has either been in the 18 or had a small run below it. As you can see, there's a small run here, small run here, small run in here, but it's maintained its way within it. So therefore, within the daily, well, I can tell just by looking at these lines that this high is still a lower high, and we continue to see magnificent support at the low 6,000s, high 5,000s, or around 5,900-ish to 6,100. And therefore, lower high, matching low, all that continues. Now, if we look at this on the Coinbase site, or the Coinbase exchange, this, you might need 20/20 vision to see which is technically higher. The answer is this is the higher high because it comes in at 6,823, where this one came in at 6,810. So, lower highs matching lows. Whereas on Bitfinex, this high was most certainly higher, but this obviously isn't the actual price of Bitcoin against the US dollar, as interesting situations of the differential of how much worse Bitfinex base currency is compared to that of Coinbase, Bitstamp, and others of the like. And this one had a decent sized red day, and it's pretty much down to 4% within the value of the Bitcoin among the trading, or amongst the two. Let's quickly show amongst here. 63.86, 63.77, 65.91. Differential now is about 215. Let's switch it on to the alt coins in Lend. Currently in at 299 Satoshi, but it's got an interesting setup. Looking at this going back in time, ooh, it was up a lot, like 1,000, no higher than that. But 2,500, and then falling from 2,500 down to basically 200. There's better than a 10x move. How many altcoins have done that? It participated in the April Fool's rally, as we can see in here, topping right in May, and then downtrend decent sell opportunity in here, but not much of a move, because you make a statement when you get above the 18, but it failed on the 18 support, went below it, resisted 18, and then decent leg lower, decent leg lower to follow thereafter. So this one, getting above the 18, managed to show many days supporting the 18 highs, and a really weak move to say the least, this one here. But it continued the pattern of staying amongst the 18, had a decent red down move, but it basically went from playing above the highs to a very neutral trend, and it seems now as if it's breaking out of this neutral trend, and it's doing so amongst that of the upside. So I wouldn't be surprised if this has a higher chance of decent sized moves, maybe getting up to this previous area at around 400 up to about 500 and change as one potential next level. But when we look at this in perspective, the data here starts December 12th, and this price is like $1.25, 125 Satoshi. 122 I can even see as a low, but even still well below where it is and has been. This top was how many days later? Oh, January 7th, almost a month later. So when these things are ready to go, I mean, when you look at just the capability of what 2 days have, 483 up to 1796. It can triple in 2 days, no problem. And then again here, going from 1277 to 2789. That was, of course, good for a gain of better than double. And you can't see it as well here, but just December 14th being at like 134. And then on December 18th at 500 almost. So there's a triple right there. So having prices triple in a short period of time, well, that's no big surprise. And if this does a type of tripling from, say, 220, that would get you to like 660. So just the idea of knowing that when these things go, they can go pretty fast. Now, a couple other that were suggested as well I'm going to take a look at. The first is REQ, which represents the request network, which was about 450. Now is at about 954. So it has barely doubled from the lows, and it was down a little bit from here. It established a big level of resistance at 745 with another layer at about 819. So this to me represents the it's not too late breakout, because it's already broken out. It's already gotten past this 819 level, which meant that the start of buying early to me would have represented around 888 as a clear breakout above this level of resistance. And I like short term even how we've got this level of 0.951. You can see here, you come to this resistance, come down to the 18. This is a 3-hour time frame. Got up to that same level, back down again, back up to it again, down to it again, and now it's just hanging in there, doing very well. Already technically broke that level a few periods ago. So what does it have the potential to go to? Well, it was, after the April Fool's rally, up to 3,200. And the start of the year highs are over 7,000. So this is one that lost about 14, 15 times its value. So it definitely has potential again to, I mean, a big move. This thing could easily double and get up to like the 2,000 mark and reach the support level of March and April of this year, and then the resistance level of the April Fool's high is at about 3,000. These are all potential levels, and just like the previous coin, here's one that was consolidating in a range between 996 and 579, just doing what like it is now and just neutral and all that stuff. And then the big move happens, going from 638, doing better than a 10x move in about a month's time. So that's Very interesting. The volume, of course, looks optimistic in here, as we can see the high volume bringing the prices in, and this has definitely got higher potential to have the big moves than it would have, say, down in here or during the bear market, as it's in the early stages of what you're looking for, especially within how I like this 18. You see the water slide going down, you see the sideways action starting to have this bull uptrend in here, and then now the 18 is really starting to have a better rate of ascent, so it's looking pretty good. So let's take a look at the next one, and this is chain link, and this to me is a very choppy code, which is good. That's what you're looking for, at least what I'm looking for as far as buy low, sell high opportunities. It's so and such because when we look at this market, it's got a lot of up and down choppy moves within such. So starting within this December rally, a lot of coins shared such a degree, but you have this nice down move here. But even more so to go from this high to this low, back to this high, back down to this low. Nice little choppy action during this up move in here that went on the February rally. Very nice choppy there. Same thing in here as well. And just even now, straight down, a lot of coins shared that, but since then, the high and lows from July 7th has just been magnificent, because you go from a high of 41 down to 24, up to 44, back down to the 18 average of lows at 33. Then you make a high up at about 5100, get down to 37, a nice high here at 67 that comes back down to 47. It has since developed a nice sideways range with big resistance in between 5600 and that of 67. It is doing very well the last few days of hanging in there amongst this lower resistance level. Of course, that's where it is now, because that represents resistance from the day after the event here on September 21st. It represents resistance on the 26th. 2 days of such on this October 5th and October the 6th. One day it hit it, the next day it broke above it. And now, of course, we can see the 16th, or 3 days ago, it broke above that level. It's now back to it. 18 average band is between 5,500 and 5,100. Looking at this on a 3-hour term time frame, we can see the short-term head and shoulders pattern that is just broken down below support. The left shoulder here, the head, the right shoulder. Probably look at this at the hour because it might look a bit better. Yeah, so there's that head and shoulders, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. It's look, and if there's going to be a move, you could calculate the length of such an event. I like to do it by percentage move, 5,600 to 6,100. So you're looking at like basically a 10% move. So 56, you're looking at about 52, 5,100 area on any decline that comes in, and that would take you back to the area of where it came from within this level of resistance. Okay, so I'd like to thank you for tuning in. Oh yeah, I'm just going more on this because of the choppy action. It had a high of 12,000. It had a low of 1,400. This one characteristic of what this has that the other altcoins hasn't had, it has done much better to be well above its lows of the December lows last year, and then to be well above its July lows this year, and to maintain a pattern like this, I say is very interesting in that sense. And thank you for tuning in, and have yourself a great day. Bye bye.